What if I told you 0% interest is sometimes the most expensive way to buy a car? Not sometimes in theory, sometimes in real dollars. Samantha thought she found the perfect deal. Brand new SUV, $39,200 sticker price, bright red banner across the windshield, 0% APR for 72 months. The salesman leaned in and said, "You'll never see money this cheap again. No interest, no bank profit, no financing cost." It sounded unbeatable. 7 years later, Samantha realized that free financing quietly cost her $5,800. And the worst part? She never saw it happening. If you like understanding the hidden math behind everyday financial decisions, subscribe, because this one hides in plain sight. The two offers nobody compares. Here's what Samantha didn't fully process. She had two choices that day. Option 1, 0% APR for 72 months. Option 2, $4,000 manufacturer rebate if she used outside financing. But like most buyers, she locked onto the word zero. Zero feels powerful.
Zero feels safe. Zero feels like winning. That emotional reaction is exactly why the offer exists. Let's break it down calmly. Surface level math, what most people see. Option 1, 0% APR. $39,200 financed for 72 months. Monthly payment $544. Total paid after 6 years, $39,200. Clean, simple, predictable. Now option 2. Take the $4,000 rebate. New price $35,200. Finance through a credit union at 6% for 72 months.
Monthly payment, about $593. Immediately higher. Most people stop thinking right there. Why would I pay $593 when I can pay $544? That's the trap. Because the monthly payment isn't the real comparison. The total cost is, total paid at 6% over 72 months, roughly $42,700. So at first glance, 0% costs $39,200. 6% with rebate costs $42,700. 0% wins by $3,500. Case closed. Except it's not, because that assumes something that almost never happens in real life. It assumes you keep the loan for all 72 months. Most people don't. Before you finance your next car, make sure you know what the dealership isn't telling you. Subscribe for breakdowns that turn confusing money decisions into clear financial wins. The behavior factor, here's what dealerships understand better than buyers. People rarely behave like spreadsheets. Under a 0% loan, there's no urgency, no interest pressure, no ticking cost, no penalty for stretching payments. So buyers, relax. They stop optimizing. They stop asking, how fast can I eliminate this? Now let's change one variable. Under option 2, instead of paying $593 for 72 months, Samantha adds $150 extra per month. New payment, $743. Loan paid off in about 52 months instead of 72. Total interest paid drops dramatically. New total cost, around $39,900. Now compare again. 0% option, $39,200 over 72 months. 6% with aggressive payoff, $39,900 over 52 months. Difference? $700 more. But she owns the car 20 months earlier. That's nearly 2 years without a payment. 2 years, $544, $13,056 in freed cash flow. Now, the comparison isn't $700, it's $13,056 of financial flexibility. And that's before we layer in what usually happens next. The trade-in trap, here's what quietly happens with long 0% loans. At month 48, Samantha walks into the dealership for an oil change. She sees the new model, new body style, new tech, new features. She still owes about $13,000 on her 0% loan. The dealer says, no problem. We'll roll that into the new one. Now she's financing negative equity, even though she had free interest. This is why 0% financing is often paired with long terms, 72 months, sometimes 84. Longer loans increase the odds you trade in before payoff. And early trade-ins are where dealerships make real money. 0% isn't about saving you interest. It's about keeping you in the cycle longer. The hidden incentive machine. Here's another layer most buyers never see. Manufacturers don't lose money offering 0%. They subsidize it. It's called subvented financing. The manufacturer pays the lender upfront to compensate for the lost interest. That subsidy comes from the same incentive pool as rebates, meaning every time 0% is offered, something else gets reduced, usually cash incentives. You're not beating the bank. You're choosing which discount bucket you prefer: rate discount or price discount. And price discounts are often more flexible. The credit score illusion, now let's talk about approval tiers. 0% financing is almost always reserved for Tier 1 credit, usually 720 FICO or higher. If you're at 690, you might see 3.9%. At 660, 5.9%. But here's the catch. The rebate is still gone. So now you're paying interest, and you didn't get the cash discount. Worst of both worlds. This happens every single day. Buyers walk in expecting 0, walk out at 4.9%, and never realize they sacrificed thousands in rebates. If this changed the way you think about free financing, hit subscribe. Most financial mistakes don't happen because people are careless. They happen because the math is hidden behind marketing. The opportunity cost nobody mentions. There's also a psychological cost to free money. When something feels free, you hold it longer. You don't rush to eliminate it. That extended timeline delays other goals: saving for a home, investing consistently, eliminating other higher interest debt. Debt duration has a cost, even at 0%, because the payment still exists. And payments reduce flexibility. Flexibility is financial power. A cleaner comparison, let's simplify it. 2 buyers, same $40,000 car. Buyer A, 0% for 72 months, pays full term. Buyer B, $4,000 rebate, 6% financing, pays off in 4.5 years. At year 6, buyer A just finished paying. Buyer B has been payment free for 18 months. If buyer B invested that former payment at 8% annually, that alone could grow to several $1,000s before buyer A even catches up. That gap compounds, not because of interest rate, because of structure and behavior. When 0% actually makes sense, let's be fair, 0% can be powerful if the rebate difference is small. You qualify for top-tier credit. You could earn higher returns investing your cash. You are disciplined enough not to trade early. If you take 0%, invest the difference instead of prepaying, and stay the full term, it can be mathematically optimal. But that requires discipline most buyers don't apply to car loans. Dealerships know this. That's why the banner says 0%. Not compare total cost structures. The 3 questions that matter before accepting 0% financing: always ask, what rebate am I giving up? What rate can I get from a credit union? How quickly will I realistically pay this off? Then run both scenarios: full-term comparison, early payoff comparison, trade-in at year 4 comparison, because that last one, that's the one that happens most. The real lesson: 0% financing isn't a scam. It's a behavioral lever. It makes buyers feel safe. It stretches timelines. It reduces urgency. And it increases the probability you stay in the financing ecosystem longer. Nothing at a dealership is free. Not rebates, not rates, not promotional banners. Everything is a trade. The buyer who understands the trade controls the outcome. The buyer who reacts to the headline controls nothing. Next time you see 0% APR, don't get excited. Get analytical. Ask for both scenarios printed. Compare total paid. Compare payoff timelines. Then make the decision based on math, not marketing. Because the most expensive word in auto financing isn't interest, it's free. If you want more breakdowns like this, where we expose the psychology, math, and hidden incentives behind everyday money decisions, subscribe to Almost Rich now. Because the people who understand how the system works are usually the ones who keep more of their money.